कुछ पैसा सिनेमा को चलाने के लिए और मेंटेन करने के लिए जाता है, विच इज तकरीबन 30-35%. कुछ एंटरटेनमेंट टैक्स में चला जाता है, कुछ डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर के पास चला जाता है. तो एट द एंड ऑफ द डे सिनेमा ऑपरेटर्स का पैसा बहुत कम बचता है. सो व्हाट दे डू इज दे एक्चुअली मेक ऑल देयर मनी फ्रॉम फूड एंड बेवरेज. दे साइन अप डील्स, पेप्सी के साथ साइन कर लिया, दे गिव देम सम साइन अप अमाउंट, उसमें मार्जिन्स अच्छे मिल जाते हैं, पॉपकॉर्न में मार्जिन अच्छे मिल गए. Then they start giving kiosks on rental. They start selling food which is high in margin. So this is the place where they make more money. कि Shark Tank India की viewership is about 23 to 24 lakh people. Set India की viewership is 24 करोड़ people. Wow. जब तक मैंने अपना एपिसोड खुद YouTube पे देखा, it had already hit million views. Wow. So मतलब that is another time I realized the power of YouTube. मतलब मेरे को पता ही नहीं था YouTube के बारे में. मतलब पता तो था, मतलब इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग, इतना सक्सेसफुल प्लेटफॉर्म है, मुझे नहीं पता था. मतलब I was amazed to see that viewership.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Road Ahead Talk Show. I am Vikas Suri and the show is powered by Geo Events and knowledge partnered by Sciative V Price Right. Today I have an exceptional guest with me for you. He is none other than the popcorn man of India. Yes, Vikas Suri. You would have seen Vikas getting featured on the Shark Tank. Today, Vikas will be speaking a lot about his company, how he started, his values, and you'll get a lot of inspiration on how he got into the Shark Tank and how he built this company, how he got the popcorns out from the theaters into the homes of people. So I won't take more time from you. Let's get to Vikas and let's see what his story is all about. Hi, Vikas. Thank you so much for coming to the Road Ahead show. And I'm looking forward to learning so much from you, from the expansive journey which you have covered throughout these years. And your young thoughts are very interesting. Would love to actually start understanding that as well, because I have been following you and your videos which you put on LinkedIn. And for those people who want to really understand how popcorn can work out in your life and how can you blend them with your life lessons, please go ahead and see what Vikas is talking about when he's talking about popcorn. Okay, so go ahead, do that. But before you do that, let's go through what Vikas's journey has been in Popcorn and Company. So Vikas, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Vikas, entrepreneurs have beautiful journeys. They have beautiful start. Then there are some ups and downs that happens, and then they take a solid trajectory. So what has been your journey? Let's start from your childhood. Where do you come from? I'm pretty sure बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे होंगे जो देख रहे हैं. They would love to actually see where you started, what inspired you, and वहाँ से popcorn तक journey कैसे रही?
So, as I said, once again, thank you very much for inviting me and giving me the opportunity of sharing my life with people around. मेरी बड़ी humble सी beginning है. I was born and brought up in Delhi. मेरे पिताजी used to be working with the Pusa Institute in Delhi. I had a normal school life. I had done my graduation from Delhi. And while I was doing my graduation in Delhi, वो छोटे छोटे ना नगेट्स आते रहते हैं न्यूज़पेपर्स में. एक वो स्पीकिंग ट्री करके आता है. सो आई हैड अ हैबिट ऑफ रीडिंग ऑल दैट. सो एक दिन मैंने ये पढ़ा दैट इट इज नॉट enough to play a game, you need to play a game to win it. So that stuck in my mind on the days when I was doing my college. वो आज तक मेरे दिमाग में छपा हुआ है. उसके बाद जब मैंने अपनी पहली नौकरी करी, आई स्टार्टेड माय वर्क विद अ जर्मन कंपनी कॉल्ड डॉक्टर फ्रॉइब्स. वहाँ पे मैं मीट प्रोसेसिंग और फूड प्रोसेसिंग मशीनें बेचा करता था. बिकॉज वो दिमाग में छपा हुआ था, I had, in a span of about 5 days, sold something like 13 machines. This and 87, and the total value of those machines that time was about 25-27 lakhs, which was a phenomenal amount. आज के दिन में 2-3 करोड़ की करा लो. क्योंकि पता था कि गेम खेलनी नहीं है, जीतनी है. So that was my first kick I got my life. वो करते करते मैंने एक प्रोजेक्ट और किया. तब Wimpy's had just entered India. It was a British hamburger joint chain. और जब मैं उनका प्रोजेक्ट कर रहा था, प्रोजेक्ट के साथ साथ उसी कंपनी में चला गया, and I started heading that, and I took that company from one single restaurant to 30 restaurants when I left, and it was a phenomenal learning curve and a learning experience for me. I used to build restaurants from the scratch और उसको लॉन्च किया करता था, एंड जो मजा उसमें आता था मैं बता नहीं सकता आपको। और मेरी जो नौकरी होती थी वो काइंड ऑफ पेड हॉलीडे की तरह होती थी, बिकॉज यूज्ड टू बिगिन विद कि आपने एक नई जगह पे जाना है और वहां पे जाके उस साइट को इवेल्युएट करना है कि यहाँ पे एक रेस्टोरेंट चल पाएगा, नहीं चल पाएगा, अगर नहीं चल पाएगा तो क्यों नहीं चल पाएगा। तो मेरे को कंपनी 10 दिन का उस जगह रहने का, खाने पीने का सारी जगह देती थी, तो मैं उस जगह जाके रहता था नए क्षेत्र में, और वहां जाके उस साइट को इवेल्युएट करता था, आसपास के रेस्टोरेंट में खाता पीता था, कंपनी पेड एक्सपेंसेस पे। सो काफी कुछ सीखने को मिला, एंड देन आई टू गिव माय रीजनिंग कि ये चलेगा नहीं चलेगा, एंड 80% वो जो रीजनिंग होती थी वो काफी काम आती थी और एक्यूरेट होती थी, एंड दैट्स हाउ वी क्रिएटेड इन अ स्पैन ऑफ अबाउट 3 years 30 restaurants. And again, not here to play a game, to win a game. That time getting 30 restaurants was a very big thing. नरूलास के साथ हमारा कंपटीशन होता था, नरूला भी बड़ा स्ट्रॉन्ग कंटेंडर था, वो काफी लोकल मार्केट को हैंडल करता था और मैं काफी H&I अप मार्केट हैंडल करता, बिकॉज बर्गर जॉइंट्स वर एब्सोल्युटली न्यू. सो दैट वाज द सेकंड बिगेस्ट किक आई गॉट माय लाइफ. थर्ड दिन क्या हुआ कि वो करते करते आई हैड एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू गो टू द यूएस. मैं यूएस ट्रैवल करा, यूएस ट्रैवल करके रीजन वही मेरे को मिला सारा हैंडल करने के लिए, मिडिल ईस्ट, साउथ ईस्ट एशिया, रशिया और साउथ ईस्ट एशिया. तो मैं यही मार्केट हैंडल करता था, महीने में 20 दिन ट्रैवल करा करता था और अपना सामान यहाँ बेचा करता था. तो देन वन फाइन डे लगा कि यार बहुत ज्यादा हो गया, ये मेरे को घुमाई जा रहे हैं, एंड मजा नहीं आ रहा. To come back, and India was opening up that time. मेरे को याद है नरसिम्हा राव जी की तब सरकार होती थी, and it was opening up in a big way. Every day was new things coming up. तो मैंने कहा वापस चलो भाई, इंडिया में सेटल होंगे, because it's growing. So मैं जब इंडिया आके बैठा यहाँ पे, तो मैंने यहाँ पे काम अपना किया, and I started selling popcorn machines. And I started my career with one of the top chains in India today, which is incidentally PVR. A big thank you to them. And जब से मैंने उनके साथ काम करना शुरू किया, there was again no looking back. Today, अगर आपको पता है, people call me the popcorn man of India. The media call me the popcorn man of India. There are several articles which run through. Economic Times ने पूरा एक पेज का आर्टिकल किया था, where they called me the popcorn man and the popcorn king of India. And I got fantastic popularity. Again, same thing, not to just play a game or win a game. उसके बाद जब मैं वो काम कर रहा था, तो मेरे दिमाग में आया कि why don't we look at now direct to consumer kind of a product, because अब तक मैंने जो किया वो
ये
B2B
किस
किया.
साल में था? D2C, you started to think about it in which year?
This was actually in 2018.
Wow. Okay.
दिमाग में चालू हो गया था ये करना, बट हमने इसको एग्जीक्यूट किया था 2019 में जनवरी में. हमने लॉन्च किया ही था. वी वर वेरी लकी कि जब कोविड हिट किया तब तक हम Amazon पे ऑनबोर्ड हो चुके थे.
अच्छा.
सारे प्रोडक्ट ही, कुछ की प्रोडक्ट हमारे हो गए थे, एंड 2019 मार्च में कोविड हिट किया, एंड देन हमें कुछ पता ही नहीं लगा, अचानक ऑर्डरिंग आनी शुरू हो गई. जब दुनिया बंद थी, फैक्ट्रीज बंद थी, तो हमें ऑर्डर्स आ रहे थे, हमें समझ नहीं आया हम कैसे एग्जीक्यूट करें. तो हमने स्पेशल परमिशन ली Amazon से, इफ वी कैन पोस्टपोन द शिपमेंट बाय अ वीक, एंड दे एग्रीड. एंड देन वी टुक अ स्पेशल परमिशन फ्रॉम द डीसी ऑफ आवर एरिया कि हम फैक्ट्री खोल के काम करें, बिकॉज देन फूड, आपको याद हो तो वो एसेंशियल सर्विसेज में आता था. तो उन्होंने हमें परमिशन दी, मैंने लड़के बुलाए, सबके पास बनाए, यहाँ पे मैं करना शुरू किया, एंड देन आई थिंक देयर हैज बीन नो लुकिंग बैक इन बोथ द कंपनीज. मतलब आप किचनरमा कह लीजिए, आप पॉपकॉर्न कंपनी कह लीजिए, वी हैव बीन by the blessed God, we are doing phenomenally well.
So interesting. आपको पॉपकॉर्न का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है, जो थिएटर्स में होता है, आप उसको बाहर every single home you have got that thing, and people are able to resonate so well with it. And in fact, when people say that COVID was very bad for so many industries, you actually made that into an opportunity, because when you went on Amazon, people who were not able to go to theaters were actually experiencing that theater popcorn at their home. And what better than this? You saw that opportunity, and how entrepreneurs can see these tiny opportunities जो सब लोग pass by कर लेते हैं. And आपने उसको देख करके Amazon आपने directly D2C, direct to customer. I mean, while you're selling it through Amazon, you're building a great brand for your own self. And of course, no wonder why people call you the popcorn man of India. Great. So COVID में भी आपने अपना game खेला, game of winning, right? And that turned out very, very well for you.
That's right.
How do you think is the post-COVID part working out? So while now, yes, people want to have their own popcorns at their homes, but people love this experience of going back to the theater, right? And theater means popcorns. ये तो है 100%. आपने थिएटर वाली इंडस्ट्री को एक ऐसा वैल्यू एडेड आइटम दिया है जहां पे मेनी अ टाइम्स the margins which are there in the food that you are providing is much higher than the ticket value, right? So tell us a little about this, the arithmetic, कि कैसे workout होता है, and how should the end user see this as a great opportunity? Maybe आप कुछ बोलेंगे and people will have some new ideas about using the cinema industry as well, because you leveraged on it and it worked beautifully well for you. So if you can give us little bit of more hint into cinemas and popcorns, this thought and the returns that happens.
So देखिए अर्थमेटिकली वाइज क्या होता है कि इट्स अ वेरी हाई ग्रॉस मार्जिन बिजनेस, बट सिनेमा इंडस्ट्री में क्या होता है कि उनको सिनेमास को रन करने के लिए इतना पैसा चाहिए होता है कि एट द एंड ऑफ द डे दे रियली मेक दैट काइंड ऑफ मनी. जैसे अगर आप देखें कुछ पैसा सिनेमा को चलाने के लिए और मेंटेन करने के लिए जाता है, विच इज तकरीबन 30-35%. कुछ एंटरटेनमेंट टैक्स में चला जाता है, कुछ डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर के पास चला जाता है. तो एट द एंड ऑफ द डे सिनेमा ऑपरेटर्स का पैसा बहुत कम बचता है. सो व्हाट दे डू इज दे एक्चुअली मेक ऑल देयर मनी फ्रॉम फूड एंड बेवरेज. दे साइन अप डील्स, पेप्सी के साथ साइन कर लिया, दे गिव देम सम साइन अप अमाउंट, उसमें मार्जिन अच्छे मिल जाते हैं, पॉपकॉर्न में मार्जिन अच्छे मिल गए. Then they start giving kiosks on rental. They start selling food which is high in margin. So this is the place where they make more money. And अगर आप देखें जो latest report आई है, I'm forgetting the name of the report. If you look at the top 5 QSRs or food outlets or food business operators in India, उसमें से number 2 या number 3 PVR Inox है. It is not food companies, it is PVR Inox, because जो उनका prime business है वो बेसिकली फूड है. सिनेमा गोज विद इट. सो दैट इज वन साइड ऑफ इट. रही बात पोस्ट कोविड बिजनेस सिनेरियो की, you see, we must understand and appreciate and also acknowledge that COVID has given a big hit to people's earnings. Some people lost their jobs, some people had to quit their jobs, some people had to readjust, some people had to relocate. Some people came back at a much lower salary. Some people had to accommodate. So many things happened actually. So at the end of the day, the earnings have taken a hit. तो अगर आप किसी भी रेस्टोरेंट्स का, इनका एक मेजरिंग मैट्रिक्स होता है एवरेज पर चेक, एक आदमी आगे कितना खर्चा कर. तो अगर आप वो देखें उसमें हरकत थोड़ी सी जो है कमी आई है. Now that means not many people have gone back to the theaters, but that doesn't mean ki that is purely on the pocket. A lot of softwares have also not come. अगर आप देखें अच्छी मूवी पिछले 6 महीने में आई नहीं मार्केट में, तो लोग के पास वजह नहीं है सिनेमा में वापस जाने के लिए. On the other side, OTT has done very, very well. There are matches, there are World Cups, there are there are OTT movies which are coming up. There are a whole lot of other old content which is being replayed on OTT. So these things are a big opportunity for us, and what we have done is हमने वही सिनेमा कंसेशन जैसे आप कह रही थी, घर से सिनेमा से निकाल के बाहर ले आए हैं, या तो मॉल्स में उनको बेच रहे हैं या उनको घरों में बेच रहे हैं. तो what we do is we sell the same movie style or theater style popcorns in your homes via our movie night kits, which are a very, very big seller. They're even big sellers than microwave popcorn. बिकॉज हम क्या कर रहे हैं, लोगों के दिमाग में ना एक माइक्रोवेव पॉपकॉर्न का छोटा सा परसेप्शन है कि इट मे नॉट बी हेल्दी for us because of the reason that it might have a chemical, because इसका इंटरनेट पे कैंपेन चल रहा था, I don't know if you realize that. So हम क्या करते हैं, सिर्फ कर्नल्स और सिर्फ सीजनिंग्स और साथ में टब्स जो आप सिनेमा में यूज करते हैं वो डाल के हम आपके घरों में भेजते हैं. इट इज योर चॉइस, आप उसको माइक्रोवेव में कराइए या कुकर में बनाइए. आप अपना पसंदीदा ऑयल लीजिए, उसमें पॉप करिए, whatever seasoning you want, we give you a variety of 6 seasonings. If you have a family of 4 or a 5, you can use your own seasonings. Make it, enjoy it, and have the fun. So it also gets a lot of bonding with the family. आज की डेट में देखिए ना, एक दूसरे के पास समय स्पेंड करने के लिए नहीं है किसी के पास. When I make popcorn, my daughters stand next to me.
And it's a very simple thing. कोई भी बना सकता है इसे. ऐसा नहीं कि
you don't have to focus on making popcorn. So that is what is happening actually. People are getting bonded, people are getting engaged, people are chit-chatting, they're making popcorn, they're having fun. They're having fun eating popcorn. So it's total fun game.
Absolutely. Absolutely it is. What is your vision? इसे कहाँ पे लेके जाना है? Popcorn company, where in next 5 years, what is your vision with this company? Where do you want to take it?
हमारा तो एक ही विजन है जी. हम चाहते हैं कि इंडिया में अगर कोई पॉपकॉर्न कंपनी होनी चाहिए, किसी भी इलाके में होनी चाहिए, तो सिर्फ एक पॉपकॉर्न एंड कंपनी का ही एक प्रोडक्ट हर शेल्फ, हर जगह, हर दुकान में होना चाहिए. Whenever you pick up a snack, there should be a popcorn and company product lying on that shelf, lying in that kiosk. That's my vision all across India.
Wonderful. And what about the flavors, right? The popcorn एक ऐसी चीज होती है, it's like vanilla, right? I mean, it has a very interesting thing to it. आप उसमें कुछ भी मिला दो वो flavor बन जाता है, right? So क्या flavors are you experimenting on something? What about your research lab?
So, Mala, you won't believe I'm so damn crazy about popcorn. My wife can tell you much better about it. Just to see a popcorn store, I flew down to Quebec in a 6-week tall snow, spent 2 days there in that store and came back. So I do a lot of experiment with popcorns. कभी-कभी तो ऐसा होता है कि सुबह 10 बजे से लेके 5 बजे तक हम पॉपकॉर्न पे ही काम और रिसर्च करते रहते हैं और ट्रायल्स करते रहते हैं. 5:30 बजे फोन आता है घर से कि लेट्स गो फॉर अ मूवी. सो मैं लाइक ठंडा बैठा था कि सुबह से लेके अब तक इतने पॉपकॉर्न्स खा लिए, अब कहाँ जाएंगे. So that's one. But you are very, very right. I think you are probably one of the first persons to pick up this. Popcorn को आप अगर किसी के साथ मिलके खाएं तो ज्यादा मजा आता है. Which would mean really आप पॉपकॉर्न की भेलपूरी बना सकते हैं. छोटे-छोटे प्याज, टमाटर, खीरे डालिए, उसके ऊपर नींबू निचोड़िए, and then you put some chaat masala and you can really enjoy it well. I have had my caramel popcorn in last Lodi and I've served it to my network along with gajak and rebri, and people loved it. Because होता क्या है कि इसके अंदर एक local content आ गया, एक popcorn आ गया, so people really enjoy it. I have put bhujia in popcorn.
Really? Wow.
I have put namkeen in popcorn. I've eaten it. So I keep doing a lot of R&D and I keep eating popcorn with everything which comes my across. And you mix it with something else that always enhances the taste and flavor of the product. And it tastes much better.
See, now that brings me to, because you started to speak about your initial journey where you were involved in the food processing equipments, right? That's technology. Equipment is the machine, it's a technology, right? How do you think technology, whether it is through software or through your hardware or through different machines, how is it impacting your business, both at Kitchen Drama and Popcorn and Company? How is this evolving? How is this changing over a period of time? And where do you see the future in technology?
So I would relate technology to, more like a shadi. This is that laddu ki khaye bina bhi chain nahi hota aur kare bina guzara nahi hai. This is something which you can't, get it out of your system today. It has become a very, very important part of your life. Believe me, ever since I've come into a direct-to-consumer brand called Popcorn and Company, I'm realizing how important technology is. Because we are all old-school thought people. हमने जो marketing पढ़ी थी, वो audio थी, visual थी, AV था, press था. इसके बीच में हमने कुछ नहीं पढ़ा. But if you look at marketing today, it's become a micro-managed stuff. There is so many platforms like social media. उसमें भी divisions हैं. you need to understand the algorithm, the way, the dynamics, what's going on, what's leading in selling these products. Now, every platform has a different thing. Twitter behaves differently, Instagram behaves differently, Facebook might behave differently, Snapchat absolutely different. There are a whole lot of other, trade platforms. They behave separately. So one is learning. It's a learning curve. But needless to say, for Gen Z, they're learning as they're growing. But for people like us, we're still learning. It was an initial disruption, but now I've ensured that I am using technology in both my businesses, both in Kitchen Rama and also in Popcorn and Company. And I realized that if you don't adapt yourself with the growing trend or with the trend which is there in the market or what people are wanting, you will be out of the business very soon.
True.
Look at the way the traditional businesses like mom pop stores or Karyana stores have kind of washed out. I'm not saying fully, but their volumes have dropped down to 50% or lesser. Today, everybody is used to getting Blinkit or Swiggy Instamart or Zepto. So you can imagine, planning is totally wiped out of our systems. People wake up, they realize ये खाना है या ये missing है जिंदगी में से. They order, and 5 to 7 minutes, max 10 products are delivered.
Instant gratification.
Yes, that is very, very important. And this is growing at a phenomenal speed.
True.
Phenomenal speed.
You're right. Absolutely. As a generation is changing, and in fact, and what I could actually see that that competitive behavior, that winner's stride in you actually speak, and you're saying that, hey, you know what? If I don't change, right? If nobody changes, you will not, we won't survive, because and technology is the next stride in my marketing team over here. They're so inspired. They're thinking about how you're talking about the algorithms, right? Of course, this is all about algorithms. I mean, all the marketing, whether it is an influencer marketing or marketing of content, everything is happening where there is an algorithm which is reading you, and you have to just decode how the algorithm reads, and the algorithm keeps changing, right? So,
here's another very quick nugget I must tell your viewers.
Sure.
I used to feel that I am a champion, but I actually don't behave and believe anymore. You should always work with the young minds and young hearts in your company and systems. Today, I'm working with interns, and the kind of ideas and innovation and creativity these guys bring on table is phenomenal. मतलब मेरे को बच्चे आके सिखा जाते हैं यहाँ पे कि सर ये किया है, एंड मैं चाहते हुए भी कि ना इनको रोकूं या बोलूं ऐसे कर लो, मैं कर नहीं पाता. So inspiring to see these guys. मैं तो इनके आसपास बैठा रहता हूँ to learn that kind of a thing.
Amazing, and so nice. Very interesting to know that you are not only adapting to it, but you're trying to learn it. You're trying to also give away a lot of your what do you say? The value of your curiosity, right? ये जो आपका value है, which you are trying to spread into the new generation as well. Of course, आप learn कर रहे हो, उनसे आप बहुत सारी चीजें सीख रहे हो. But the way you are learning, the way you are behaving, they are learning that from you. Right. And तभी वो innovatively कर पा रहे हैं, because उनमें confidence आ रहा है कि yes, they're able to do so well because my sir is saying that I'm doing so well, right? And they get inspired more, and you're making them more curious.
Brilliant kids, must appreciate that.
Yes, absolutely. Now, Vikas, coming to the point, popcorn or any other business, especially in the retail D2C side, how do you think pricing as a factor is very important? Because जो लोग आपका पॉपकॉर्न खा रहे हैं, राइट, वो थिएटर में 350 रुपीज दे आर पेइंग, राइट, यहाँ पे दे आर पेइंग लिटिल डिफरेंटली आउटसाइड. पॉपकॉर्न एक रेडी वाले के पास में भी मिल रहा है. तो प्राइसिंग, आप पॉपकॉर्न एज अ वर्ड लाइक वो हर जगह है, राइट? So price becomes a very important factor. How do you play on it to make sure that the brand is never diluted, right? And pricing has to play that role in terms of the quality which you are providing. So pricing is a very important factor for you. How do you think you're leveraging it?
So you said it very, very right. Pricing is very, very critical, very, very important. आज की डेट में सारे बाइंग बिहेवियर्स ही प्राइसिंग के ऊपर हैं. यू सेड इट, पॉपकॉर्न आज की डेट में 10 रुपए से लेके 350-400 रुपए तक, मे बी 500 रुपए तक बिकता है. But then you need to find your audience and then target them and create the aspirational brand to sell them. Uh, we are very, very clear when we sell popcorn that, hey, this is the quality we're looking at. This is the ingredients we're doing. And this is how it is built. And this is how we are selling it. And this is the price point we should be selling it at. And that is what we are looking at. So we are currently pricing a product because ours is a new startup. We are just starting. Honestly speaking, कोविड के बाद हमने अब उठना शुरू किया है. कोविड में भी हम कर रहे थे अच्छा, बट अभी हम उठना शुरू हो रहे हैं. तो वी आर लर्निंग, बट वी आर सीइंग दैट प्राइस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आई मीन लोग 2-5 रुपए में प्लेटफॉर्म स्विच कर जाते हैं.
Yeah.
If the difference in price between Amazon, Flipkart, Jio, Instamart, Swiggy, they don't mind ordering from them, and they've been switching. And this we are seeing very, very strongly. So I would say that choose your product right, choose your target audience right, and then price it accordingly and play it around. That's the only way. Consumer is the king, and he is very, very intelligent, super intelligent. मतलब मैं बता नहीं सकता, मतलब मैं चाहते हुए भी कि लोगों को मैं अपने प्लेटफॉर्म में लेके आऊं, मैं ला नहीं पाता because Amazon even undercuts me and sells me.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yep.
that is what it is.
And pricing has become so transparent. अभी से जैसे मार्केट प्लेसेस आने के बाद से ऐसा हो गया है कि आपको सेम प्रोडक्ट आपको फ्लिपकार्ट पे अलग प्राइस पे मिल रहा है आपको. तो एंड कस्टमर्स, एज यू राइटली सेड, दे आर वेरी इंटेलिजेंट, वेरी स्मार्ट. We, of course, I do the same thing as well. I'm pretty sure you are doing the same thing when you're shopping for electronics. You go to 10 different stores, market stores out on the cloud, and then you are checking किसकी प्राइस क्या है. जहाँ पे भी अपने 1000 रुपए का भी कम आता है मोबाइल फोन, यू आर लाइक चलो ठीक है, लेट्स बाय इट फ्रॉम हियर. So people are doing price shopping and not just the product shopping. So आपको product की awareness तो of course बढ़ानी है, तो quality is really good. But you also have to be very, very savvy with your price in terms of how people are comparing which platform and all those things.
लोग अच्छे से होमवर्क करने के बाद बाइंग डिसीजन करते हैं. मतलब टू गिव यू वन एग्जांपल, यू विल लाफ एट मी बट दिस हैज हैपेंड विद मी. तो हमने ना अपना इक्विपमेंट साइड ऑफ द बिजनेस में हमने एक फ्रिज अपना Amazon पे डाला. तो एक शख्स का फोन आता है कि इज दैट किचन राम? यस, हमने ये आपका ब्रांड Amazon पे देखा है, ये आप उस पे इतने का दे रहे हैं. ऐसे बिल्कुल दे रहे हैं. आप एक काम करिए ना, मैं आपके पास कैश लेके आ रहा हूँ, आप मुझे ये दे दीजिए. आप Amazon को कुछ कमीशन दे रहे होंगे, आप वो कमीशन मुझे दे दीजिए, मुझे दे दो. भाई साहब ऐसा है, द ओनली रीजन आई डिड दिस onboarding with this brand is because I want lesser human interaction. मैं चाहता हूँ आप प्रोडक्ट देखिए, प्राइस देखिए और ऑर्डर करिए, ताकि आपको भी कोई चिंता ना और मुझे भी. इट हैज टू बी अ वेरी ट्रांसपेरेंट थिंग एंड यू गो अहेड एंड बाय. नहीं यार, इसमें क्या है, ये तो धंधा है. आप डिस्काउंट दीजिए, मैं आपका सीधा लेने आता हूं. मैंने थैंक यू वेरी मच, आप Amazon से लीजिए अगर आपने लेना है, तो आई एम हैप्पी विदाउट इट. सो लोग ऐसा काम करते हैं.
People are very, very sensitive
Very
with their
smart,
pricing,
very
and pricing is therefore very important for every single entrepreneur.
Yeah, I agree.
Wow. With that note, one last thing that I would like to ask you, right? While I've asked you about everything, but one very interesting thing which I was watching you on the episode of Shark Tank. What phenomenal story, and what an amazing investor pitch. So help me understand, how was your journey? सबसे पहले तो इतने सारे लोग जो पिच करते हैं, पिच सब शो तक आना एक बहुत बड़ी बात हो जाती है, right? उससे पहले there are so many more companies who are in the line wanting that 5-minute slot with them, right? So ये आपका कैसे workout हुआ? Because I'm pretty sure there are so many people, viewers who are listening, who would like to know your story and how did you get there? And after that, how has your life changed?
So I was told that it's one of the most loved and wanted programs today on TV. And then I was told that there are something like 2 से 2.5 लाख पिचेस आती है. उसमें से 200-250 शॉर्टलिस्ट होती हैं. 160 को शूट, 150 से 160 को शूट के लिए बुलाया जाता है. ये मुझे बोला गया, मुझे नहीं पता. 150 से 160 शूट के लिए बुलाया जाता है और मुझसे करीब 70-80 100 के करीब एयर होती है.
Right.
So these are the statistics I've been told and given to understand. Uh, I think I would have done something right that they picked me up. So what is that something right? Is one, I think they liked my story. So first of all, an entrepreneur should always have a good product along with a good story to build a brand. So that is very, very important and key. दूसरा प्रोडक्ट तो एक्साइटिंग था ही. तीसरा, एज अ से कंज्यूमर इज द किंग, तो जब उन्होंने जाके मेरे पॉपकॉर्न खाए, और अगर आपने वो शार्क टैंक एपिसोड देखा, दे वर ऑल लाइक वाओ.
Oh, I know that.
That's how the ball rolled. And I said, Vikas, you've done 80% of your job, 20% is you now.
True.
So that's
True.
what happened, really. So
True.
seriously suggest people to create a good product with a good brand, build a great story, weave a great story, and then launch it to your consumers.
Wonderful. And how did that impact your business? What kind of viewership you got? How many more Amazon orders? Statistics.
Again, three sides of the story of this. One is numbers. तो हमें पता नहीं चला एक महीना हो क्या रहा है. Then सुबह, the Shopify app was just ringing. Tuck, 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 tuck. We had a 500x growth approximately.
Wow.
That is one. Wow. On the number side. In terms of popularity, Mr. Suri becomes so popular that I think a week, 10 days later, I flew down to Bangalore. I was picking up my luggage from the luggage belt, and somebody walked up to me saying, "You, Mr. Suri, the popcorn man of India?" Yes.
The popcorn man.
Let me click a selfie with you. I said, sure.
Wow. Celebrity.
So this happened twice in Bangalore in that trip. And then about a week ago, I was at Pandara Road for a dinner with my family. I walked into a restaurant. I sat down. Minutes later, somebody walked up to me saying the same thing. Had a selfie. Had my dinner, came out. Had the same thing from another person. Then by the time I reached my car, I had somebody rushing behind me saying, "Boss, just wanted to shake hands with you and meet you in person." So this is really giving me a great, time and leverage, everything. And also, my engagement has grown pretty substantial. मतलब काफी लोग मेरे से आजकल बात करना चाह रहे हैं in terms of understanding business, understanding entrepreneurship, understanding what we do, how they can imbibe. So I've started mentoring probably a few people in whatever my own humble way. कुछ ऐसा formal नहीं शुरू किया. Whatever best I can do for people, I'm doing that. So that's bought me the kind of visibility, which I would say. And thank you, honestly, I must thank the Shark Tank platform, Namita in particular, and all the other sharks who patiently listened to us, tried a product, and enjoyed it. Great learning, great learning. Believe me, at my age, I used to think, as I said, I'm the champ, but every day the learning. This experience was a phenomenal learning experience. And the people at Shark Tank are so warm and so nice, so wonderful and fantastic. They really take care of you. So beautiful experience.
Wonderful. So you have pitched the entire Shark Tank very well. So I'm pretty sure there are so many people out here who are listening to it, especially the young generation. Please.
I missed one, by the way. I'll tell that now. मैं
Okay.
देख रहा था मेरा पिच नहीं आया, तो I called them. I said, भाई मेरा पिच क्यों नहीं आया अभी तक? बोले आ गया है, आपने देखा नहीं? मैंने कहा कहाँ है? कह रहे देखो, आप नजर नहीं आया. फिर I called him. कह रहा आप कहाँ देख रहे हो? आप तो सेट इंडिया में देखो. तो मैंने रियलाइज किया, ही टेल्स मी कि शार्क टैंक इंडिया की व्यूअरशिप इज अबाउट 23 to 24 लाख पीपल. सेट इंडिया की व्यूअरशिप इज 24 करोड़ पीपल. जब तक मैंने अपना एपिसोड खुद यूट्यूब पे देखा, इट हैड ऑलरेडी हिट मिलियन व्यूज. सो मतलब that is another time I realized the power of YouTube. मतलब मेरे को पता ही नहीं था YouTube के बारे में. मतलब पता तो था, मतलब इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग, इतना सक्सेसफुल प्लेटफॉर्म है, मुझे नहीं पता था. मतलब I was amazed to see that viewership. And trust me, तब से एक मन में डिजायर है कि यार करो तो कुछ YouTube में कुछ करो. That's something which is brilliant यार. मतलब imagine कितना 2 दिन 3 दिन में 1 million views. So you can imagine क्या solid viewership रही होगी.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
another one.
Wonderful, and that's the reason there are so many YouTubers who are becoming influencers, and it's actually making it is actually changing that celebrity status. जो पहले movies में होता था, अभी anybody can be a star if they are great on YouTube and on social media. People can the real folks will make you star if you have excellent content.
I totally agree with you.
So great. What a lovely story. And with that, Vikas, I'm so happy that I could actually speak with you and get so much of knowledge from you. And your winner streak is so good. It is always very, very inspiring. Thank you so much for joining along and sharing your stories with everyone so freely, so humbly, so truly. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity again, Vijeta. Honestly enjoyed it.
Bye-bye. Wow, that was an amazing interaction with Vikas. What a bundle of energy. He truly is the popcorn man of India. The way he has taken popcorn out from the cinema halls back into your homes, what an inspiration story. And what a lovely reaction he has got from all the viewers of Shark Tank. So Vijeta Soni, I'm signing out today. Thank you for watching the Road Ahead Talk Show, powered by Geo Events and knowledge partnered by Sciative V Price, right? अगर आप चाहते हैं कि मैं इस तरह के एपिसोड्स, इस तरह के एंटरप्रेन्योर्स आपके पास और लेकर आऊं, तो प्लीज राइट बैक टू मी or send in your comments, like this video. I'll be very happy to bring in many, many more speakers who can actually inspire you, take you through their journey. So entrepreneurship starts with that inspiration. You never know where you get that inspiration from. So keep coming in. Road Ahead Talk Show is for that inspiration for entrepreneurship.